Another good morning, October 2nd, 2021, here with Dante and Sam. Out getting our walk a little bit later again this morning than we have been. Just was comfortable morning, waking up with my wife and spending some time listening to some discussion on YouTube and talking to each other about it, and just got a little bit late going, but I tell you, it still feels good to get out while it's still cool outside. It's what time is it now? It's 8:15, and I've been walking for about a quarter of a mile, so about an hour and a half later than I usually start. I had some thoughts today because I woke up feeling a whole lot better than I did yesterday or the day before. The day before yesterday, I was just extremely tired. I was so tired that when I woke up at 4, where I normally wake up, I laid on the couch in the RV for a little bit to see what was going on YouTube and fell right back asleep. At night, I can get internet. I can't explain it, but I can get internet up until the sun comes up. So I fell right back asleep, and then I woke up at 6-ish, I think, but I know it was a lot later than I'm used to getting up. And then when I went about my day for a little while, I came back before noon and fell asleep again. It was like I just needed to get caught up. And I didn't know, there hadn't been a whole lot I had changed in anything I've eaten lately because I've been sticking with my diet very well. Not a whole lot has changed as far as my sleeping situation, which yesterday I thought had more to do with the pain that I was experiencing at the time. Was the sleeping situation. Well, I slept in the same place last night and I woke up feeling great this morning. I still got a little bit of soreness in my legs, but the pain that I had in my shoulders and my back are gone, and nothing changed as far as where I'm sleeping or what I'm eating. So I think what it comes down to is that, especially when we're on a diet, we tend to try to gauge what's going on with our feeling at the time, how our body feels, how our reaction to certain foods is, and trying to figure out what's causing, like, why do I feel so much better eating this diet than I do eating the standard American diet? And I think a lot of it has to do with removing things that cause inflammation. But then when I go through periods that feel like inflammation type flare-ups and I'm still not eating the wrong foods, what brought that on? Well, I know I was working a lot outside, so that could have been a factor. I know that I was working outside in the sun a lot, which could have been a contributing factor. I know that I've been sedentary for a long time, and I haven't been lately, so who knows how much extra stress I'm putting on my joints that haven't been used to this for a long time. I have a new living situation, so I'm on a different sleeping arrangement. Takes the body a little bit of time to adjust to some of those things. And we try to attribute all of our pains or aches or feelings about what's going on with the dietary change to something that it's not tangible. We're looking for something that's completely tangible and small that we can attribute to what causes all these things. And I think there's just too many factors sometimes for us to get it nailed down to that one tangible item. And really, there is no one tangible item. It's a multitude of factors that come into play. But I do know that, generally speaking, because I have been eating ruminant meat, water, and salt consistently now for over 260 days, that I still feel like a whole different person than I did last year before I started eating this way. So the ultimate key is that though there's going to be peaks and valleys in how you physically feel, if you're finding out that eating a certain way changes your entire perception of the way your body works and the way your mind works, from something negative to something positive, I think you should stick with it. And that's what's been working for me. And every time that I have added something else to my diet that I knew wasn't on the lion diet, I have regretted it. Or at least I've thought I've regretted it. I'm still not, I can't attribute whether or not the pain that I was experiencing a couple weeks ago was caused by having the buttered coffee, because neither the butter or the coffee are technically on the lion diet. I know that after quitting it, it didn't go away immediately. So it's hard for me to say whether or not I can or can't have that right now. But I would like to experiment again with it later. Maybe when I'm not feeling all the pain of all the extra things I've been adding on these past few weeks. Once things start to normalize a little bit, it might be a better scientific study. So I'm hoping to be able to bring you some good information on that as we keep progressing, because I know there's a lot of coffee lovers out there who would love to hear that lion diet allows them to keep drinking their coffee. My wife is one of them. And I also want to be able to bring you all the information I can about this grass-fed, grass-finished beef that I've been enjoying thoroughly for the past week or so. But I wanted to be able to encapsulate it all in one video. So I haven't shared a lot of little bits of that. I've been trying different pieces of meat. And that's going to be coming out just as soon as I can sit down and get some editing done. I did take my computer up to my mother-in-law's hotel room while she was in town. That allowed me to upload all of my video files to where they would also be in my computer without any difficulty. And I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do some of the stuff that I need to be doing, but I am really kind of like I've always been good with technology, but now it's gotten to the point where it's hard for me to keep up with how to do all this stuff. But I'm doing my best with it. So if you'll give me time, I'll document my story as best I can to give you all the information you need to know everything you can about how this diet has worked for me and how hopefully it can work for you. So if you've already been doing this diet and seeing the results, I'd love to hear some more comments about how you've had progress. If you've had battles, I'd like to hear about those too. So please leave your comments in the comments. If you haven't started getting up and moving and you've been watching me for a while, why not today? Let's get up and go walk together. We all could use a little exercise and it'll make you feel better in the long run. And if you haven't started this diet, you may not have that motivation or that will to get up and do that. Start with the eating. That's what worked for me. But I wish you all the best. Hope you have a great day today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?